G'day YouTubers, how are you? Wazza here. Oh, that's another exciting review of the MT-10 2016 model I have. So we're going to do a review on it and going to tell you some exciting news. So owning an MT-10 is a bit like that show Toy Story. Now look at that dog's ass in the middle of that. Get out the way, Davey. Hey, get out the way. Owning an MT-10 is a bit like the Toy Story, where Woody and Buzz Lightyear are sitting on that car and they've got a cracker strapped to it and they've lit the cracker and they're trying to chase the truck and their lips are flapping in the breeze and they're going off and the G-forces are going hard, and that's exactly what it's like owning an MT-10. So they are very fast. So the G-forces on MT-10 are extremely good. I'm quite sure there's lots of faster bikes, and let's face it, sports bikes are faster, but this is fast enough. So let's go down the roads of where we're going. So this particular bike, if any of you haven't, it's the first time you've tuned in, thank you for tuning in. I'm really grateful for all my subscribers. And let's get into it a bit. I'm doing a race day again on the 16th of August. So a little bit of brief history on this bike, or my history. I was into Harleys quite a bit, and you'll see in my videos of the past that a lot of it, there's probably 80 or 90 videos there on Harleys. So I actually didn't think I'd ever change. But I got a Fat Bob up and running to take it to Lakeside Raceway because I really wanted to do an advanced rider course, and I wanted to do it at Lakeside, and I thought the reason why Lakeside is that it's got short straight, and so therefore I'd be a little bit more competitive because I felt like I could get around corners on it because I actually set it up to ride hard. After doing that track day, for me it was a great success. I really give it a lot of fun in it, and after riding the bike then, I had a stage 2 kit in it. You know, you spend money on a Harley, you spend good money on a Harley to get them to go fast. And in the end, I could use it all. So I then saw the YouTube videos on these particular bikes when they come out in 2016 and just thought, you know what, they look so good, so much fun, so fast. And an MT-9 is ample fast enough, really 2-3 bike lengths behind this bike from a straight line to mid-range. You'll be only 2 to 3 lengths behind on MT-09 and save a lot of money. But let's face it, the MT-10 is the duck's nuts. It is the goer. It is the one that's going to blow your mind, and it has cruise control, even though it runs out of petrol a lot quicker than most bikes. But hey, you're going to have fun doing it. So I got this bike, 360 Ks on it, and I went to the racetrack and run it in at the racetrack. How much fun was it? And Yamaha recommended I do that. They said that you got to beat it in hard because you want it to go hard. Did that. And I started in Red Group because I'd come off a Harley, and a Harley, I rode that to 90% of its capacity, but imagine trying to ride these bikes to 90% of their capacity. So for me, I just thought, I don't know whether I'm going to be able to do that. So I'm now, a year later, owning it, riding it. Let's see how many Ks we've got. Probably waffling on a bit at the moment, but anyway. We are 17,684 Ks. Let's start it up. Akrapovic pipe. I don't have the link. I find it loud enough. Got the back grab rail. Whenever I want to do put a bit of luggage in, or put my daughter on the back, put the top box on. Great little thing. It's a Yamaha grade rail. shade, top box, works very well. Yamaha helped me sort that out. The Aquapovic pipe, I've put that on. You don't really need to do tune-ups with just the pipe on. When you start adding link pipes, these particular bikes, or any bike, will run lean. So, now, on the forums and people everywhere are going, oh, you don't need to do that, just put your pipe on, no worries, and your link pipe, it's all good. The truth is, you should set it up. Yamaha recommend that if you do that, it's not guaranteed to work. It will lean the engine out a bit, and you could end up with engine problems, which they won't guarantee. If you blow your engine up because you've been running your bike lean, then they're not going to guarantee that. So what I did is I spoke to them about, I wanted to do an ECU flash. Yamaha and Nogra were very good at helping me with everything I've done. They said to me, sure was. I told them I wanted to go to Fred at Pro Cycle Dynos. I said, boys, what do you reckon about that? And at Inogra, Yamaha, they said, look, we know Fred, he's got a good reputation, Pro Cycle Dynos, why don't we go there? Now, I just spoke with Fred, and he said he's getting lots of people tuning their MT10s on his site from the videos that we did. So, good on you. Thanks a lot for viewing those videos and thinking that they were good enough for you to go to see Fred. And I'm quite sure that anyone that does go and see him will know a custom dyno is the best way to go, because these bikes are all different. Go and have a look at the graphs on people's bikes and tell me that all bikes are the same. They're not. They're run in at different places. You know, there's some have got 10,000 Ks on them. Some have got 50,000 Ks on them. They're going to be fueled differently. They're going to be mapped differently. They're going to be ridden differently. They're in different altitudes. And all of this stuff, when you have a custom ECU flash and a dyno tune, it all is done right. So this bike produces some good figures with some basic upgrades. I've done the oggy knobs. I've left the brakes as they are. I've done my first rear tyre at 10,000 Ks. So I did the service at 10,000 Ks, got my rear tyre swapped over, running it on the street. It's a very, very good tyre. Okay, very good tyre. My front tyre, as you saw on the Ks, I'm approaching 20,000. They've been good for 20,000. The only issue is that if you see that, I'm nearly down to there. Now, if I was just going to ride this bike on the street, I'd nearly make 20,000 before I had to swap that tyre out. Maybe not 19, but I'm going to a track day, which is what these bikes are designed for. Radiator guards, I did that. Oggy knobs, I did that. The Woolwich race tune, I did that. Quick shifter, Woolwich, quick shifter, launch control, downshifter, exhaust pipe, that there. Mate, I'm so excited I'm going to the racetrack. I feel like I'm on my first date again, when I was like 17. And you meet a nice Sheila, like it's so exciting. I feel like a young man again. Race days are very exciting. So my first race day I did on this bike, I had a blast. And I just started off in the red team, because guess what? I don't want to over push myself and get in a position where I was up the ladder and everyone's overtaking me and going mad around me. Sooner or later, someone might just fair well run up my ass. So I just picked the red team, worked my way through the day in red, got to be really good and competent, and there were some people that were beating me in the beginning of the day, 2 or 3 bikes. By the end of the day, most of the people I was competitive with. So I'm ready to go to the next level now. I picked Lakeside because it's an MT10. These things are great for bottom end to mid-range. Lakeside track, short track again. Harley Davidson, worked well for Harleys. And I was hoping to have my cousin Garnet come along. He's got a Sportster 48, I think it is, and he's putting an intercooler on it now. And I just spoke to Fred about that, because while Fred no longer modifies Harleys, he is doing the last one putting an intercooler on there. So I was hoping 2 weeks' time, Garnet would be coming along with his Harley. We could get some footage of him kicking ass with a supercharger. What did I say? Yeah, one of those. Intercooler with turbo, I think it is. So, and he is a very good rider. He loves to go racing. Done quite a bit on all types of bikes. I think his last bike he had as a second bike was an MV Augusta, and he's a bloody good rider. Doesn't look like it's going to happen because it won't be ready. But anyway, that's another story. What else can I say? There it is. I am going to the racetrack on this bike. Is this bike ready for the racetrack? Straight out of the box, yes it is. With the upgrades I've done, the engine ECU flash, the custom dyno tune, you know what? This thing hauls ass and does it in a good way. It is so much fun, but it's more manageable. These things right now, straight out of the box, they're so forgiving on the street. You can run down, go a bit fast on a corner, brake a bit late. It pulls you all up, it does it. The standard brakes just do it anyway. You don't need to upgrade. I can see how some people would say you need to upgrade your brakes. In the end, if you're a super bike rider, yes, and you're on the racetrack constantly, having that feedback and those brakes that are a little bit harder and brake a lot quicker, absolutely. And I've said in the past videos, when my front brakes go, brake pads need replacing, I'll simply replace them with an upgraded brake pad. I can't remember which one it is now, but so be it. That'll all be good. Okay, what's left? So, the bike now is prepared. Quick shifter, up and down, auto blip, all that stuff. Tune, everything's set up to go, everything's set up to ride hard. How about the bike rider? How's the bike rider going? Are you fit and strong for the racetrack? Are you fit and strong to ride these bikes? Are you fit and strong to ride any bike? Well, body and mind preparation is a big thing as well. So in the coming weeks, I want to show you some of the exercises that I do to keep myself fit and strong. Now, these are great exercises that I learned when I did Malcolm Sue Kung Fu many years ago. And the basis of it is, these are just the stretch and warm-up exercises. I have added other exercises to it. We're going to do 3 separate videos, I think. One is going to be stretching, one is going to be your basic warm-up exercises, and the last one is going to be the second level of exercises. There might well be 4. And then, if you want to, if I get good feedback and you want it, I'll also do one on meditation exercises, breathing and all that type of stuff, which is great to stay calm. Because when you ride a bike, you don't want to be overconfident. You don't want to be pushing it to the very limit. Because when you push things to the very limit, you can come undone. If you're going too hot into a corner and you're giving it the absolute berries up the straight, are you looking ahead to see what's up ahead? Is there a car doing 20 k's or 30 k's? Is the bike rider up ahead slowing right down because there's an accident in front of him? Have you checked? You need to look ahead. You need to be prepared. Mental preparation and physical preparation are very important. What foods are you eating before you go to the racetracks? You getting on the piss and having a bottle of rum and some beer chasers, or some beer and some red chasers? Yeah, hey, I love it. But guess what? Don't mix the next day. You're dehydrated, you're a bit fuzzy in the head. What about a cone? Pulling a pipe? You know, great. Bully for you. You know what? We can't say, I'm not innocent of that myself, and I've quite enjoyed it in the past. But does that mix with a high-powered bike? Does that mix when you've got other people around, whether you're responsible on the road and on the track? No, it doesn't. So body preparation, mental preparation, physical preparation is all important. What foods are you eating? Do you go to the chiropractor? Do you go and get massage therapy, acupuncture? All of these things help in your body preparation. In the future, or in the next few videos, we're going to do some of these exercises. They're easy for you to do. The first ones only take 10 minutes and you'll see and feel a difference. Anyway, I'm hoping that the imagery you're receiving isn't too dark. It sort of seems dark through my camera. I have spoken for quite a while, so I'd better get off my bandwagon. Again, to everyone that has subscribed to my channel, that has used some of the information, I'm no expert. I'm not a person that has spent a lot of time studying and analysing things, but I have spent a fair bit of time checking out what works and what doesn't, and going to the right people and asking them. And that's your biggest thing. You can take all of this with a grain of salt. Go to the professional people and check it out yourself. Put 2 and 2 together and you get 4. If you only get 3 or 10, well, maybe you need to rethink what that person's saying, or analyse maybe they've got it half right. Maybe in all of it there's 10% truth and there's 90% bullshit. But in the end, you are the one that has to check it out. I've checked out the Woolwich race tune. I can say for certainty, for me, that is an absolute ball terror. There are many people that just pull their ECUs out, take it away, mail it away, and then get it back and bang. And they're really happy with that. But I did see a forum where a guy had done that to his BMW S1000R, wasn't happy, got Woolwich involved personally. They come out, they'd done a tune on it themselves, and they gained a lot more horsepower out of it. And they even said that don't worry about the top end figure on your dynos, because dynos run differently. Think about what's going on in between the figures of what you first had and what your second outcome is. I gained around 10%, or 10 horsepower and 10 pounds of torque on this at about 5,000 revs. In my previous videos, you'll see that. You'll see that bit where these particular bikes, quite a few of them, you don't see all of them, but quite a few of them, straight out of the package, they come and you see at that 5,000 to 6,000, they go rich. And when a bike goes rich, it loses power. So this is what you were getting. I was getting this, you accelerate, when you expect the thing to take off like a scolded cat, it sort of doesn't, and you're expecting the front wheel to come up and it wasn't. I'm like, holy shit, what's going on? So then you wind it on a bit more, and guess what? It hits 6.5, and all of a sudden the front end goes, whoa, and you're like, holy shit, that thing nearly killed me. And that was why I got it and did that, because that nearly killed me a few times. I can't tell you. It nearly killed me a few times. I can't even tell you what happened. Mate, that's another story. Ask and I might tell you. But the Woolwich race tune smoothed it out. Any ECU flash is going to smooth out your power delivery, and you're going to feel it and you're going to know it, and it's going to be a lot better. So you're going to see in the coming weeks, coming months, exercises. You're going to see me at the racetrack. I'm really excited about the racetrack, and I guess that's coming through on the video. It's been a year for me when I first got this bike, and it all started on Harley Davidson. Can you believe that? A Fat Bob 103, Stage 2 racing kits, suspension, sprocket upgrades, mate, Jim's cooling fan. I made that thing into a mild racer and then kicked ass at Lakeside. Oh man, I hammered that thing. Hammered it. Not down the straights. I didn't want to blow it up down the straights by pinning it to the pedal, to the throttle to the hilt. But man, I had some fun overtaking some guys and some ladies. And I'm going to have fun on this. I am going to calm down on the track, and I'm just going to make sure that I don't try to do 100% of my capacity. I learned a long time ago as a spray painter. My first few years as a spray painter were pretty lousy. I get a lot of runs. And after 2-3 years, I realised something. I was trying to do 10 out of 10 for every single job. And that's why I'd fuck them up, because I was living too close to the edge. That's exactly what the problem was. So after that, I realised I want to back it off a bit. I want to start off at 70 to 80% of my capacity and then go from 80 to 90. And if I could do 80 to 90% of this bike's capacity and I can match it with my skill, I'd be absolutely stoked. It'd be a fun day. I've got my race suit, I've got my gloves, I've got everything going. My fitness levels are reasonable for my age. I'm going to show you some of those. I better get off the line here, mate. Take care. Thank you so much. Thank you to all the subscribers. Thank you for your likes and your comments. I really want to hear more comments. I'm excited with comments and I respond. So, cheers.